Hey guys, Hashmi once again, and we're in the middle of nowhere in Dubai to bring you the review of the MG RX8 as promised from a previous vlog. So let's get right into it. Anyone who has seen the movie Ford vs Ferrari remembers the brand MG. Why? Because it has heritage from the British automakers, but then again it was sold towards the Chinese counterpart called SEAT. Now SEAT also develops and manufactures the Volkswagen vehicles, not all of them but most of them, and they have done a great job of committing towards this brand and making sure it is released all over the world. Now this vehicle, what we have right in front of us, is the MG RX8, which is a 7-seater SUV at the price of 104,000 dirhams at a top spec model. Now this one is the brown model, Lux trim, full spec. I have bought this personally and I want to review it, be very honest with you guys, and talk about the vehicle. Now this is a 2-liter turbocharged engine with a 221 horsepower and 360 pound-meter of torque. The grille looks very much like a Land Cruiser. You can say somewhere around a 2015-ish or 2019-ish model that we're going towards. It has a beautiful chrome headliner all the way and a massive, huge badge right in front. It does not have a front-facing camera, but it does have a set of front parking sensors. We have LEDs screaming all over the place. What does that mean? LED here, LED here, 4 more LEDs on this side, and of course that also goes on the opposite end of the vehicle. We have fake exhaust right here and a beautiful trim all the way towards the car, which is really cool because this specific color comes only in the Lux model, which is the top end only. Now coming towards the side of the vehicle, we can see that they have given us 20-inch alloy wheels that comes with Grand Michelin tires from the mid to the top spec model. Moving forward, we have the side mirrors. Now the beautiful thing about the side mirrors is that they do fold in and they have the side indicators as well, which is always welcome. We have a beautiful side skirt right here, which gives us some elevation from the ground and easy for in and out of the cockpit itself. We have chrome handles, auto lock button right here. We have a good ground clearance of 222 millimeters, which is again a great thing because when you're going off-roading, this is like one of the most important requirements that you need in order to start off-roading. One last thing not to forget, we have a wading depth of 800 meters. That is only 100 meters short from a Nissan Petrol. Coming towards the back of the vehicle, we can see that it has a really funny thing design wise going on here, because in front it looks like a Land Cruiser, but at the back it has a very BMW vibe, like a very Mercedes vibe. As you can see, their X5 and the X7 models really have this silver, this is a very beautiful chrome going on from the headlights, from the tail lights going all the way towards the back, curved through this place. And we have the small little MG logo right here, all-wheel drive RX8 30T model, and the chrome lining here. But here's the funny part, I don't know why people do this. Even the Audi does it. Let's bring the camera down a little bit. From this part we can see the rear sensors are here, but this is fake. Why put fake stuff in it? It doesn't matter. That one has a grill. This one is fake. You can see like this is all the gear that we packed in for our shoot, and the 7 seats are actually up. Now this is the amount of space, looks less, but look at this. We got the cameras, the drones, everything is here. We still have some space left towards this side. Now here's the magic. If you have to drop these seats, which is just done by these 2 levers, you pull them up, drop them down. Now look at that space. Now look at this, drop down. That's the amount of space that I have. And stay put, I can stuff in an entire car wash system. By the way, a review very soon. Alright, so coming inside the car, you guys can see this beautiful luxurious German feel towards the car that's coming in, because right here on my left you can see there's a beautiful stitching all the way around the left side driver panel and the right side. We have some soft touch material on the left, we have some soft touch material on the dashboard itself. Now coming towards the steering wheel, you can see there's a lot of chrome that's happening. There's some paddle shifters here for your Triptonic gear. There's like a different analog and digital mix happening over here, which gives you a lot of information, by the way. As you can see over here, there's like at least 5 different modes that you can select and give some information about the car itself. Now moving towards the right, you can see there's a 10-inch screen, and this is the beauty about the car. Now a lot of cars at this price range do not offer like a big touchscreen itself. You have the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and by the way, for those Android people, you can screen your entire phone. Now I'm not saying that you do watch YouTube and Netflix, but there's an option. Strange fact, why do we have the AC control built in to the touchscreen as well? Now if this thing fails, there is no way to control the AC itself. Kind of going to the Tesla move. I like it, I kind of don't like it, but let's see. Now we have a rear camera which covers the front sensors and the back sensors and gives the parking guidance. We have a beautiful chrome lining towards the brown interior over here, and what is really good is that we have this thing opening up, and we have a wireless charger right there, and that is amazing. We have the controls over here, the entire thing, the AC and everything. Now this car has 6 driving modes, 6 of them, so we're gonna go through them. This is the auto mode, all right, which comes in like, okay, you're gonna drive pretty much. There's a snow mode, there is as you can see, there's an off-road mode, there's a sport mode, there's a 4 low mode, that's if your car gets stuck in the desert. There's a 2 high mode, so for 2 of those tires spinning, and then back to the auto mode. A couple of things which I really like about this thing is we have the electronic parking gear, we have the auto turn on and turn off, we have eco start and stop, which pretty much means that when you stop the car engine shuts off, and then we have health air. Now this is something really good. Health air pretty much removes all the dust particles and dog fur. If you have like cats and everything in your car, it pretty much removes all of that with that health air option. Now of course you have to change that periodically from the maintenance that you come from the MG side. Now coming back to this side, as you can see, we have 2 cup holders here. One is here and one is here, and of course this thing is removable. We have 2 USB ports over here, one for your Apple CarPlay, one for your charging itself, and then a 12-volt usual standard charger. Now coming off over here, we have a really cool button, the traction on and off, the hill descent button, and finally the trunk option. We have an armrest over here, which is a double-sided armrest. You can see I'm already pretty much full with that. That's a 2-side armrest. It's pretty deep. I would say it could fit like a small water bottle. We also have the feature of lane assist. Now it's not gonna work in the kacha sandy areas that we usually have, which doesn't have the paint of the road divider clearly laid out for the person. But then again, if you're on a highway or a nice street, it definitely recognizes and gives a nice beep 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 for you to come back to the lane. Or if you're on the highway and coming towards yellow lane, and if you're kind of sleepy, you're losing control, this will really help right there. We have the LED lights. Everything in this car is LED because it's made by SEAT, which pretty much makes everything LED. We have this. Now this is pretty cool because you have the normal tonneau cover that's usually comes up on the sunroof itself, which goes all the way towards the back. But then again, we also have 3 other options, as you can see, which is one towards opening one side of the sunroof, as you can see right there, and the other, and they're all the way towards the back if you do desire. Now coming at the back, you guys can see that this has a very spacious theme to it, and then again the luxury continues at the middle seat as well. Now I'm around 5'10" and I have a lot of headroom and a lot of leg room as well. As you can see, the seat is completely at the back, and still I have some space left towards my legs. Softest materials, stitching right here, wood, chrome, everything is beautiful. But what's most interesting is the whole diamond cut feel of the entire seats still continues. This as well, which is the cup holder, and it doesn't need to have that chrome, it doesn't need to have that wood, but it still does. And boom, one button, and of course you have your bragging rights indeed. Of course, not to forget, we also have one more space over here to keep your stuff around there, which is always nice to have. Now moving around in the front, we have an entire deck of these things. We have the LED lights, as again we have everything LED. We have those air vents as well in front. There you go. We have the AC wind control here. We have the setting of front auto, off, face and legs only. But this is the beautiful part because it has health air included here itself as well. Strange fact, open this up, we have one USB and an entire power outlet that goes to 230 watts at a maximum 150 watts. That's incredible. Why would I want that? Why would I want that? I don't know. It is really hot, but we're here for the review and we're going to continue the review. Now, apart from this being like an awesome 4x4 that it is, it has 7 seats instead of 5. So how do you access those 7 seats? Right here, we got a lever, we pull this up, we push this forward, and this can fit up to 2 full adults or 3 children. Now let's do a test, shall we? Let's get it. Now entering is simple. You just keep your right foot on the side skirt and you just get in. So get in. There you go. Now the most interesting part about this 7-seater is the people who sit here are not forgotten at all. Why? Because they get their dedicated air vents, as you can see right here. You get your own little light so they can read a book or whatever they're doing. And there is luxury all the way at the back as well. Diamond stitching throughout. My legs are very comfortable. We got dedicated cup holders towards the right and towards the left, and it gives me a small little window for you to not miss out on the adventure. So now when we start driving in the MG RX8, there are a couple of things that we have to notice. This offers torque on demand. So what torque on demand really means is that it gives you that super turbocharged engine in a matter of a second. Let's test it out right now, shall we? Now we're driving normal and then we hit the throttle. You feel that? That's a lot of speed. Given a second, that's turbocharged. You can hear that. A couple of things that we have to notice when we're driving the MG RX8. It's a big car. You can feel that you get that road presence in the vehicle. This is always something that's really important. We have the D-cut steering wheel and we have some sun in front of us. So when we're driving on the roads, we cannot feel those bumps and shakes that usually a small car can probably feel. One thing that's really good about this is that we have a great center frame of the entire car. So the A-pillars not being a big of a problem. The blind spots are really good. The vehicle is light enough, but then again around 2.5 tons. So the engine does a good job of making sure that you have the right amount of RPM when you need it, and it's really good on the brakes as well. One downside I would say about this is that when the torque on demand actually kicks in, it takes about a second. The advertised version of that torque on demand is around 0.1 seconds, but it takes kind of 1 second. The kilometers that we get from this vehicle is, on a full tank, it gives you 650 on an average, but in city driving it can give you that by the way, the city driving, I mean really city driving, like you're literally in the city, it's gonna give you somewhere around 350-ish kilometers. But you go on a highway, that's when it actually shines. And now as the sun sets, we take this baby off-road. Let's go. Alright, so when we come towards the off-road mode, we have to keep in mind that this can do pretty much everything. But then again, you need to know how it drives. Now, for example, I'm going over this right now. As you can see, boom, that was easy. That was soft suspension, that was a big ass dump. We need to make sure that we know what we're doing over here, because if at any time you don't know what you're doing, you can be stuck pretty bad. But then again, we have a car that has a 4 low mode. That means it has a low RPM that can easily get you out of tough situations as such. The area in front of us is pretty dang dusty and deserty. But then again, I am not a professional off-road driver, so I can just do light off-roading. So my final thoughts for this car, the MG RX8, is gonna be a 4.5 out of 5. Here's why. Pros, a lot of good stuff. 104,000 dirhams, full spec option. You're getting extreme luxury out of it, but then you're also getting off-road out of it. But the bad point is, we don't know how it's going to sustain in the Middle East region. It's the first time it's been here. We have no clue. It's been launched in Saudi, launched in Oman, Bahrain and stuff like this, but we don't know the after sales yet. That might come to change. Oh, one last thing. Hit the button, like the button, smash the button, flick the button, do what the hell you want with the button. Like button, subscribe button, hit it, smash it. I want to see this at 10,000 views. At least. Come on, you can give me 10,000 views, right? Alright guys, it's Rafey, I'm signing off. Remember, life gives you lemons. Keep it real. And go off-roading actually. Bye.